It's a cloudy and overcast December day in Mumbai and a perfect day for the spread in front of me. It's come from Mumbai Tawa, which is a recent launch from Chef Varun Inamdar. And the word Tawa in the name Mumbai Tawa is a hat tip to the fact that the dishes here are the sort of dishes which you get in the streets of Mumbai. So it's the street food, the small eateries, and the dhabas. And they bring back a lot of memories for me also, especially of my early days in Mumbai, because for me these are new discoveries. For example, there is this anda masala or the egg masala and the rotis. So when I came into Mumbai, I used to work in a market research agency called IMRB in Dadar. And often when we were working late into night, we could call in for food. And anda masala and roti was something which we'd often call from the local eateries. Then there is this anda burji, which actually I requested Varun to make for me and he did. So here there's a little story and it involves Kainaz, my wife, who's shooting this. So we met at office and we dated for almost a year before we got married. And every evening after work, we'd meet and go somewhere, and then I'd drop her home and then go home. There were certain days when we wouldn't have dinner if we had a little bit of a lover's tiff. And then I would drop her and I would go to this Anda Burji stall outside Dadar station and have Anda Burji pav and go back. Well, it's been 20 years since then, so probably those tips are not that serious. And and then there is this liver kali niri. So soon after we got married in Khar, where we stayed, there was this little place and it's still there called Amritsar Da Dhaba. It's a street food joint near the Khar Telephone Exchange. And over there, they used to make all this food on a tawa, and it's a Punjabi place. And that is where I learned how they used to make liver, which is called kaleji, kurda, and all that. And that's where I learned my tawa style of cooking. And what I like in this is that there's this very smoky hit which you get from tawa cooking. Now, this is a very interestingly named Bhiru Tawa Pulao or tawa this thing. So the rice is the typical tawa pulao which you get in Mumbai and in pav bhaji stalls, and it's got that smoky flavor. And it's named Bhiru after the actor Jackie Shroff, who's apparently very fond of this combination. And in this, there's liver, there is chicken tikkas, and there is cocktail kebab. So it's a full medley. And the rice really takes me back to those tawa pulao sort of days. And this is a very interesting dish which I've heard of in recent years, but I've never tried before. It is called the chicken bhujing. So apparently you get it in places like Mira Road or Bhayandar and places like that in the outreaches of Mumbai. And it's basically a combination of poha and chicken. So what is the memory here? So when I moved into Mumbai, I used to stay in a paying guest run by Punjabi family, and they were vegetarians. So I thought that Punjabi family would be all about tandoori chicken when I came from Calcutta, and I didn't know much, but they were vegetarians. So one of the few things which I liked at that point was the poha. And every Saturday morning, my PG auntie, who's now no more, used to make me poha, and it would have potatoes and green peas. And the bhujing actually has chicken in the poha, and in Varun's version, there's some very nice chicken tikka, chicken tandoori sort of thing. So the combination is beautiful. So it's almost like a medley of Mumbai memories for me from Mumbai Tawa on my plate.
Yesterday, I told you it was an overcast day in Mumbai. Today, it's not only overcast, but it's also drizzling. So yesterday, I was speaking to you about the food from Mumbai local tawa, which mistakenly I said Mumbai tawa, but no worries. And I've got my friend Chef Varun Inamdar over. We are joining in on link, though we realize we stay reasonably close by Mumbai standards. So welcome, Varun. Good to see you, and
Hey,
good to
thanks,
see
Kalyan.
your smiling face. Like whenever Varun walks into a room, there's always a big smile on his face, and we are always looking at what funky thing he's wearing. Sometimes it's gold sneakers, sometimes it's but he's joining in from home today. So, listen,
Thank you so much, Kalyan.
fabulous food yesterday. So we had a bit in lunch, and then we had a friend who came over for dinner. So we kept it over, and we had it at dinner. It was fabulous, and it brought each dish brought out different memories for me. But I want to ask you, what is Mumbai Local Tawa all about? It's quite a new venture, right? How many months?
So yeah, I started it on my birthday this year, which is the 15th of October. And the idea just sprang in organically. We were craving for charts, and we just happened to stroll down this one store, which is right under our nose. And he happened to show us this place, and he said, Varun sir, see if you want to do something. So I looked at him and said, are you nuts? So he said, no, only you can do it. So I said, no, but considering the whole logistics in the city, it may be like a foot in my mouth. Yeah. So he said, no, you do it, you attempt it, I'll support you and I'll be there and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I said, chal, theek hai, let's give it a try. So we kind of came up with this concept almost overnight and planned the whole menu and things like that. And we started on the 15th of October. So it's been somewhere around two months, a little over, plus minus here and there. And it's doing fabulously well. And it's actually thanks to all the Mumbaikars who've lapped it up so amazingly well. Yeah.
Yeah, because we missed that sort of food, and that's what I felt yesterday. When I was having the anda masala and the roti, it reminded me of the late night dinners at IMRB where I used to work, which is just down the road where you stay. In that's in Dadar, you stay in Mayan, or the anda bhurji reminded me of dates with Kainas before we got married, and so on. So tell me, what is your concept? What is the concept behind it?
So the concept is very simple, all through the lockdown, and it's actually a lockdown baby, if you see, because all through the lockdown, we were all kind of craving to eat street food. We being in the heart of Mumbai, we literally make our lunches and dinners and evening times about entering these lanes and venturing out these different places on the street. As much as we love our fine dine, we love our street food. So the whole idea was to kind of recreate that from a place which is nice, clean, safe, and away from these dark, dingy lanes, which now we are all scared to kind of venture in. So we started it as a basic experimental menu with tawa food, tandoor food, and Chinese. So that's how this whole thing started. The next question was how to kind of price it, how to kind of attach rates to it. So we thought we'll keep it very, very, very reasonable rather than attaching brand values and brand equities to it. We thought we'll keep it very simple, very basic, so that everyone can kind of lap it up. So that's why we also started these combos. Now combos are basically these typical party combos, because see, now also, Kalyan, we are all meeting in small groups.
Yes,
the groups
like
are
yesterday
not
we had a
possibly
friend,
extending 5, 6. Exactly, like 4 people in the house, 6 people in the house, and we're very happy. The whole idea with these party combos is to kind of encourage people to meet with their safety norms and safety gears in place and not think about the food. Like, food is the last thing you should think about. Just call us up. We have these multiple combos for you. You order one of the combos and you're just sitting, chilling, talking. Because now we've realized the value of time spent with each other. So as long as you meet, I think that takes care of it. Because see what happens, Kalyan, especially in cases of, our cases where we are so food driven and so food centric, all our parties, all our gatherings, all our meetings, we are either talking about food, or we are thinking about where to order from, or we are busy planning what to do and how to do it ourselves. So here it is your own food, which comes from a restaurant. It's as simple as that.
So that's exactly what happened yesterday, because when our friend came over, and it's a bit of a bubble. So she visits us and we visit her, and we don't really interact too much with other people. So she always cooks elaborate stuff for us when we go over, and when she comes, I cook. And like you said, there's always this stress that it's a happy stress, getting the food right, hot at the right time, serving. Both of us are very possessive, so when we cook and the other person comes, we say, don't come into the kitchen. So when she comes to our place, I tell my wife, you just keep her out, and there's so much stress. So yesterday I just made a prawn chili fry because that was the plan, and then your food came. So for starters, we had the liver and the anda bhurji. In the mains, we had the egg masala, and we had your the tawa biryani, and we just sat back and spoke. Now, this combo is a very interesting thing, and as well as the fact that in your Chinese, you have half plates, because I came to Mumbai at about 20 years back at the start of my working career, and at that time one used to go to small eateries, and these things were important. One was half plate because I was going alone to eat, so what will I do? And I was staying in a PG, so I can't pack. And combo is also more value. So these are like things which are so Bombay, and you're such a proud son of Mumbai. So I wanted to speak and tell people watching that what does tawa especially mean in the context of Mumbai food? Like, what does the tawa represent? Because tandoor is still like, okay, all India, and
True.
though it's very much Mumbai as well, and Chinese. But tawa, I feel, is very intrinsically Mumbai. So I mean, you can probably give a nice
See,
sort of introduction.
Tawa food is basically food which is cooked on a griddle. Now, griddle cooking is not a novel concept. Having said that, the large tawas are very unique to this city.
Yes.
Like, of course, I've seen cauldrons being cooked in by-lanes of several cities and several countries across the world. But this large iron griddle, which is almost like half an inch thick, sometimes even 1 inch thick, like from our pav bhajis to so many pulavs and so many different wonderful things, are all griddle cooked. We, of course, in our slang colloquially call it the tawa.
Yes.
So, that's how this whole thing is started. So the concept is basically recreating all the food that you like or have been loving through the years, recreating them on a tawa. So even if the quintessential butter chicken here is made on a tawa.
Wow.
So here we don't have your layered biryanis. We don't have a Hyderabadi, Lucknowi or a Bengali biryani. This is a very typical Bombaya biryani. Now, Bombaya biryani, Bombay does not have, Mumbai for that matter, does not have a history of biryanis.
No, just the Iranis,
But
whatever
it
they
also,
call them.
it's of course Iranis, but they're more of pilavs. They're more of pulavs which have been adopted in this city.
Yeah.
But having said that, 99% of the time, whenever we trail out, we constantly are looking for a biryani. Or we are looking for a pulav because generically we are all rice eaters here.
Yes.
So the whole point of bringing that rice on the tawa and calling it a biryani. So, that immediately kind of gives you that typical Bombaya feel. You suddenly feel you're in the heart of Mumbai. And let me also tell you, there is nothing biryani about it. You will not find your fried onions. You will not find your, kevdas and your rose waters of the world. You will not find an aloo. I know Bengalis are going to hate me for this, but you will not find the aloo. It is a very typical Bombaya slang for biryani. So in the truest sense of the word, for the purists, yes, it's a tawa pulao, but Mumbai loves to call it a biryani.
Yeah, in fact, now that you said it, it brought back a memory. Once when I'd gone to Amritsar, there's this restaurant beside Bira and Makhan, but equally famous. Maybe Ranjit's, I don't remember the name right now. But suddenly I saw them on a big tawa, not tawa, karai actually, mixing rice and chicken and all that. So I said, what are you doing? So they said biryani. So I said, is this Punjabi biryani? They said, no, we call it frying pan biryani. So Amritsar has frying pan biryani, and when I had that rice and that biryani, there was a very typical Mumbai biryani taste. Like, I don't know whether a bit of mint or there was a bit of chatpataness to it, like chutney.
So it's made in a way where Mumbai suddenly eats it and says, this is what I was missing. So it's very typically that. And
so of course, I'm a Calcutta boy. So like you said, for me, this is not biryani. To me, this is Bombay. This is Bombay.
Of course. So the whole idea was that. So, we are also kind of using our tandoor meat in that.
Yeah.
So chicken tikka gets thrown in. Sikh
so
kebab gets thrown in. So, and
the liver.
You have those, and the liver. So the one that I sent you was a cocktail bhidu biryani.
I want to ask you about that because, in Noor Mohammadi, the chicken Sanju Baba is very famous. And Sanjay Dutt is said to have given the recipe for it. And Bhiru is from Jackie Shroff. So they are all the same generation. Of course, Jackie Shroff, when you're growing up, was the epitome of panache and style. But why the name Bhiru Biryani? Did he give the recipe or something?
See, I know Jaguda for the last 18 years now. He's one of my dearest. He's one of my closest. For many years now, I wanted to do something for him on these lines. Because, that's where friendship kind of evolves as well. And he's been with me in every stage of my life, right from me being a dishwasher at Out of the Blue, to me getting my first job, to me getting married. Can you imagine? I had to take his permission to get married. I had to literally take my now wife to him and say, okay, this is the girl. Do you approve of her? So it's like that. He's been with me even through my Guinness World Record.
Did he approve?
Yeah, he did. So
did he approve of you marrying her?
It was always of an approval. So, he was very happy about the fact that I was settling. Initially not, because he was not of the opinion that I should get married for whatever reasons best known to him. But then he was very sweet. He invited us over and he met her and he said, she's a very sweet girl. I think you should get married because she will kind of settle you and calm you. So I was like, okay, that's quite a different way of hearing from the man because he's not used to speaking like that. And he's been with us throughout.
You said the Guinness Book of Records also he was with you.
So Guinness World Record also when was in the making. I remember
Yeah.
calling him up and saying him that, Dada, I'm doing something like this. So he immediately looked at me and he said, are you nuts? Have you lost it? What if you don't win? What if you don't crack the
Tell
record?
everyone a bit about
And
what you were planning. Tell everyone a bit about what
so,
you were planning.
so that was the whole mud pie that I wanted to kind of break the record for. The record then was held at 500 kilos. So I was very clear I wanted to cross a ton. So, you kind of double it so that you just kind of settle everybody. And as luck may have it, we did three times of the record holding. So we did 1,500 plus, which is almost 3,000 pounds. So that's what happened. And so sweet of Dada that he in fact stayed in the same hotel that we were staying at and constantly encouraging us, saying, "Tu karega, tu bhidu hai, tu karega, tu tension mat le, main hai tere saath." So he was very, very, very sweet. So of course, I have been working for the last 18 years in the food world, and I had never dedicated anything to him. I'd never done anything for him. So this is my little humble way of saying thank you to him. And it's what makes me feel happy is that this biryani needs no introduction, because the moment you say Jackie Shroff is the man, and you rightly said he's the epitome of style and panache. This dish on the menu has all the tikkas, it has a sikh kebab, it has chicken liver, all beautifully tossed together and converted into a tawa style biryani.
And it
Who
is so
has that kind of
tasty.
a swag? I think, that
So
man
lip
and this
smacking.
dish, I think if he was a dish, this would have been him. Because it is typically, the moment you eat the first bite of it, it's Mumbai.
Yes.
So, it was like that.
I like that thing which you said at the end, that if Jackie Shroff was to be a biryani. So I used to be a qualitative researcher and we used to do focus groups. So we would do the reverse. We say that if this product was an actor, so if this biryani was an actor, who would it be? So you're doing the reverse. If the actor was a biryani, it would be
Yeah.
this. Okay, I want to ask you one
So
question.
this is reverse entropy. I've just watched Tenet.
Oh, acha, acha, acha. So yeah. So I want to ask you just one question before we finish. See, you started your career. In fact, you said as a dishwasher and out of the blue, a place at Bandra, which we frequent pretty often. Then you worked with Oberoi chain for a luxury hotel chain for more than a decade. You work with your international chocolates with South American companies. You've run a hugely popular YouTube channel, and you're still running it. And now, for the first time, running your own restaurant, and like you said, with a chef, you'll expect like a fine dine place or molecular gastronomy or Michelin star and this that. But you're running a tawa restaurant. So how does that feel? Because I think that's going to give inspiration to a lot of people who are maybe saying, "Oh, I've done this. Should I therefore do this?" How does it feel
So
running your
let
own
me tell
place?
you. Early this year, there was somebody who approached us to open a restaurant in London. And he also wanted to open the same restaurant in Dubai and New York. So we were quite in the advanced stages of speaking and, kind of figuring out the details and the nuances and the logistics and things like that. Till one day, I suddenly called him up and I said, I don't think we should do it. Looking at the times, and this is not the time where this was still not when the announcements of the pandemic were in.
Yeah.
So I told him, I think we should just hold our thoughts here. I think we should just kind of halt every conversation that we have, because I think the world is going to change at large. And this was purely intuitive. It was not that, we read about it somewhere, and just purely out of intuition, I called him up and I told him this. So he was very sweet. He said, Varun, that's very sweet of you to have said this to me, because I know a lot of chefs who would have jumped out of their balconies to be part of a project like this, because it is on your name, it is riding on your back, it is riding on your name, it is riding on your equity that you've created. So, I told him, just hold on, because we should just kind of take it easy. Now, all through the pandemic, right when I said, this opportunity came in, it was a small place. Now, in a small place, now it is a place which is right under my nose, which I can finish my shoots, jump down, quickly have a look, see what's happening, see what's not happening. I can quickly introduce a few dishes which do not need a lot of laborious training schedules and manuals. We've also taken an accommodation for our staff, which is very close by. So, it's like a whole triangle for us, so we can all come to one place. And, these are the times where you cannot get too adventurous.
No, and it
You
makes a
know,
bubble in a way with the staff staying also
exactly.
close by.
And you see,
Yes.
frankly speaking, we all have lived our lives in the bubble of media. We've all been babies of media all through our lives. You know, this is the time where you actually break that, bend the curve literally, and do something that you want to do right from your heart.
Feels good. Feels
It
good.
feels so good. You know, it suddenly feels that, yeah, because suddenly you feel extremely loved. Suddenly you're in the lap of the masses. Suddenly everyone wants to eat out of your hands and fingers. You know, the same thing if I would have done in London or in Dubai or in New York.
Yes.
You know, there would have been that one segment which would have been constantly craving to eat that kind of food and say, hi, I wish one
And,
day I can make that kind of money to go and eat in Varun's restaurant. Here,
and,
I've
may,
kind
and
of
maybe
reversed
that might
everything.
and maybe that might also happen. So it needn't be
See, that will
either or.
happen. You know,
Yes.
there are enough and more investors, there are enough and
Yes.
more people, there are enough and more promoters who want to come and ride on the equity that you've created. But the whole point is everything has its own time. Everything kind of bends at the curve that you want it at. You know, so it's like that. But this is that opportunity where you suddenly get to serve your entire city. Everyone wants to come and eat. Everyone wants to come and line up. You know, there are zillions of calls on that official number, which call and say, Chef Varun hai kya? Chef Varun se baat kar sakte hai kya? The manager is pulling his hair out, saying कि नहीं भाई ये उनका number नहीं है. This is the restaurant number.
So well,
So it's like that. So it
thanks.
feels very nice when people come from different parts of our city and eat the food, yeah, and they go back so happy. Let me tell you, they take the food, they message on that official number saying, बहुत अच्छा लगा खाना खा के, ऐसा लगा कि 9 महीने जो हम घर में थे ना, वो मतलब अच्छा लगा खा के. So it's so sweet of people, yeah.
I can imagine that because having had that food yesterday. So
I've
folks,
lost your
that's why.
voice, Kalyan. Suddenly, I've lost your voice.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Just save this conversation before we lose this.
So, folks, that's my friend Varun Inamdar, and I'm sure you know him. But I'm more than that. I'm sure that his smile today, his joy of starting off Mumbai Local Tawa and serving all of us from it shows, and it's lit up my day. And I'm sure that smile will light up your day wherever you are. And Varun, wish you all the best, and may the smile of yours get even bigger and bigger, because this smile is truly special today. So
thank you so much, Kalyan. Thank you so much. It's very, very, very sweet of you.
you.
And God bless you. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. And I keep, of course, reading your blogs, and I see your little videos. I'm in love with Nimki already. And
Love said hi to you.
but you do well, and let's meet soon on the other side of this pandemic.
Yes, should we say Salam Biru? Salam Biru.
Yes, we should say Salam Biru.
1 2 ka 4. Chalo, take care. Bye.
Chal Baba, you take care, and we'll connect very soon. Yeah? Take care. Bye.